Hello friends and welcome to my channel Miss Harshha. Today I'll be reviewing a foundation which is really close to my heart these days, and I apply that foundation every single day, and I'm sure that all the videos you are seeing, like which were before this and which will be published after this video, I'm wearing this foundation in all my videos. Today also I'm wearing this, and you will get shocked that this is under 1000 rupees and it's a drugstore brand, and it's a very common drugstore brand. And I was shocked when I saw the formulation, because I have tried really luxury brands and all of that, and yes, they are good, but this was something which has made me, fall in love. And this foundation has such a unique formulation which just blends with my skin. And let me share one most beautiful part, and that is, I'm a person who wears foundation like almost 25 days, I guess so, in 30 days in a month. And it's not easy, every time blending 2-3 shades to bring that perfect shade, because I have a neutral undertone of my skin. And this is like, there are very few brands and very few color formulations which sits perfectly and blends perfectly with my skin. And this was the first drugstore brand whose one foundation was good enough for me, and I can't tell you how much ease came to my life when it comes to applying foundation. So this review is something like my gift to the brand, or whatever you may say, because I'm really grateful to have this foundation, and especially that shade which perfectly matches me. And you guys know, right, how it feels when you get your perfect shade. It's similar kind of, it's really similar to finding a perfect person in your life as a life partner. Maybe not for some, but yes, kind of that, okay? So for me, in foundation, this was a really treasure hunt experience, and I was in love with this foundation. And I guess I have completed that particular shade number, which I use personally on me. 6th bottle I'm using right now, yes. I guess 6th or 7th, but not less than that. I guess you are pretty clear that how much in love with this foundation, okay? So let's begin with the video. I have created a list of points which will give you exact clarity on whether this foundation will blend with your skin also the way it has blended with mine. So before moving ahead, let me introduce you to this superhero of my makeup routine, and that is Maybelline's Super Stay Foundation. Yes, I'm not kidding. I use, like all of you who have seen my pictures these days, the professional clicks which I have got clicked, I guess not every shoot, but yes, most of them, and all my videos these days, and those who have seen me in my classes and workshops, I am using this foundation all the time. Yes, the secret has been revealed, and most of you don't believe, like people don't believe that my skin looks so flawless, and I'm using a foundation which is a drugstore foundation and which is below 1000 rupees. Trust me guys, I'm a person, I don't buy cosmetics by the names, by the brand names, by the advertisements. I am myself a cosmetologist, and I know how these products are made and what goes into these products, and that makes me different in terms of judging the product, in terms of seeing whether the product, whatever they are promising, they're able to deliver or not. And I'm pretty good in analyzing how much effective the product is, okay? So this foundation, most of you don't know about this. Yes, Maybelline's Fit Me range is very famous and popular, but this is something which is, I'm telling you, if you haven't tried this, I can't say anything anymore. So if you are planning to switch your foundation and change your foundation routine, you can definitely try this foundation. And this is not a sponsored video, this is just the love I have for this foundation. That's it, yes. And I know, like right, when you truly like something, at least for me, I am like, I can't control it. I just feel like I should share with all of you. So that's why I'm creating this review. So let's start with point number 1. So the first thing which actually was really close, which I already told you, was the color chart and the foundation. Mostly what happens when it comes to drugstore foundations, basically the color chart is not that great according to Indian skin tone, and most of the time it starts looking very grey, white, chalky. It doesn't blend with your skin undertone and skin tone, and that is something which is the first thing you should consider when you're buying a foundation. Forget about texture and all of that, the longevity, how it will stay and how it will blend. These all are secondary, guys. The first thing is whether the shade is matching to your skin or not. And as I already told you that I found my shade, like one shade, one foundation perfectly matching my skin tone in the drugstore brand. This was the only range, okay? So I guess that proves enough that how good their color chart and color formulation is. So this is the point number one. Now let's talk about point number two, and that is the coverage. So it is such a foundation. If you are planning to put a very minimal kind of layer on your skin of foundation, and if you want to go very natural, you can just reduce the amount of this foundation and you'll have a very flawless kind of light to medium coverage. And if you're someone who's looking for a full coverage thing, this is a full coverage foundation. What I do, I play a little trick around here. So whenever I am not in a mood of applying too much, I apply less quantity. And when, like for example, right now I'm shooting, so I am actually using a little more quantity just to make sure that my face has a full coverage thing, because with lights you have to actually apply decent amount of makeup, otherwise it becomes see-through and it looks very different. No matter naturally how good your skin is, but when you're working with lights and camera, your skin has to look flawless. So this is something which you can actually customize depending on the quantity, how you want the coverage on your skin. So it's a very flexible kind of foundation. Let's talk about point number three. So the texture of this foundation is like dream, guys. Like, it's not super dry, okay? It's not creamy. I have an oily skin and I cannot think of applying a creamy or a very moisturizing kind of foundation on my skin. It has a very unique formulation which is not super dry, because there are a few brands in the market which falls into that luxury range category of cosmetic, and they are so dry that without serum or without a lot of moisturizer underneath the foundation, you cannot work with those foundations. They become super dry even if you have a oily skin, okay? But this foundation is very comfortable. It's easy to work with this foundation, and I have used this foundation on few of my party makeup clients and all, and I've seen that they have said that it was like around 10-12 hours the makeup was intact. So I got really good reviews around it, and I already told you guys that I'm not a person who runs after brand names, okay? I know how to select my products, I know what to keep in my vanity, and I know what to put on my client's skin, and till date nobody had any problem with whatever brand I use. Of course I use high-end brands, but this is something which I use in maybe some lighter thing or some light kind of party makeup or something like that. And the texture is very friendly when it comes to blending, because if a foundation is too dry, you cannot blend that foundation properly. Like for example, if you put dots on your face, so once you are doing this side and blending this side and you come to this side, this area will dry up, okay? So this is very working friendly and it doesn't dry up. It's like very balanced kind of thing, the kind of life we desire. So this foundation is like very balanced and very easy to work with. That makes it again my favorite on a daily basis. Let's talk about point number 4. This foundation claims that it is oil and shine free formulation, and who can review this part better than me? I have a super oily skin, and trust me, like almost all of the brands have failed to stay really long on my skin. Either it will just get smudged, or it will kind of budge, or something or the other happens, because oily skin is like not so much makeup friendly, because the makeup starts getting that oil and it gets mixed with the oil and it starts coming off and all of that stuff. But this foundation, like those of you who have already been into my classes and workshops, you exactly know what I am saying right now, and I know you can vouch for it because you have witnessed my foundation. I don't do any touch-ups throughout the day, and my foundation sits on my skin the same. Like for example, I leave my house around 9 or 9:30 when I do workshops and all, and I return back around 9:30 in the evening, and it's almost 10-12 hours without touch-up. Come on guys, that's not a joke, right? It's not a joke to, you know, have such a flawless foundation throughout the day without any touch-up. So this is something which again makes me, you know, I can't, you know what I mean, okay? So this is what really impresses me. So let's talk about the point number 5, and that is this point. If you have any doubt about this foundation, this will exactly give you that all remaining clarity, whatever you desire, okay? So this I have myself, you know, while working with it for so long, I have discovered that, you know what, there are foundations, those are very expensive and high-end brands, and you will see that, you know, they are, because of their super dry texture and formulation, once you put that foundation and you set everything and, you know, you just fix it with the fixing spray and all, and after that, in the meanwhile, if in the daytime you want to touch up or because of any XY reason it comes off, it's like, you know, you cannot blend that together because it's like kind of sticks to your skin and it's not blendable, okay? This may be good for few of you, like this quality, but for me, what I feel like, if your foundation is you know, kind of smudging, and this foundation is something which is very flexible, like for example, if I have, you know, some kind of, you know, foundation is like have come off from certain area or something like that, I just take a sponge and blend it, it gets blended very well. You will not feel like, you know, there was a patch or kahin se foundation hat gaya hai. So when it comes to touch-ups, this is really touch-up friendly because you can actually, you know, maybe take a kabuki brush or maybe take a sponge or maybe you can take just a brush and take a little bit of compact and just you can blend it and it will get blended easily. It is not like, you know, it will come off from that area and you cannot blend anything with the surrounding foundation and all. I guess you know because most of you have experienced this, and this is usually because the foundations are not flexible, they are super dry. And see, it is fine when it comes to bridal makeup and all because there you require those you know, high-end formulations, but for a daily use I guess this is very good because as a freelance artist I also travel a lot of time and I have meetings throughout the day, so if I do require any touch-up, in any case my foundation is not there in certain areas, I can easily do that with this formulation. So this is again which makes it really special for me, and it perfectly suits my lifestyle and my skin. So yeah, this was all about Maybelline Superstay Foundation, and this was my honest review, and I really hope that this was helpful for you. And if you are looking for a budget friendly foundation, close your eyes and just go ahead with it. And this is really good for all skin type, by the way. So according to me, I have given this foundation a green signal, and I'm already using 7th and 8th file maybe, and that's enough to prove like how much I love this product. And it's like a token of love from my side to this foundation because you exactly know how it feels, you know, when you find your perfect foundation. And when it comes to the shade part, I'll always say, and I have said always, that just go to the store, apply it, see it, make it sit on your skin for half an hour, just move around here and there in the mall or whatever you feel like, and then buy a product. Don't buy a new shade online. This is my recommendation. You can definitely buy if you really want to buy, but I don't recommend buying cosmetics online if you're buying something for the first time because that's a huge risk. It may turn out great, it may not turn out great, and the chances of it not turning out great is much higher than turning out great, okay? So it's your choice at the end, and you exactly know what will work for you. So if you like this review, then just give it a thumbs up to this video, and you can subscribe to my channel if you really want to see such kind of contents further in the future. And this is my Instagram handle where you can always follow me for contents like fashion, beauty and makeup, and you can also subscribe to my channel because I put a lot of empowerment related videos as well into my channel. Yeah, I know that is kind of weird, but I love that part. of mine. So yes, you are welcome to the weird world of Miss Harshha. And this was all about this video. Until then, stay happy, enjoy doing makeup, because yes, girls do like makeup. And boys even these days, right? So just enjoy using makeup and have fun, and just keep loving your body, because your body is your best friend. Do take care of your best friend.